Yeah, I think we just played a bit better, to be honest. I think we started the game really well, first 5-10 minutes, a couple of corners, had a couple of chances, and then they had the better of the first half, the majority of it. They were keeping the possession better, they were winning second balls a wee bit better than us, but we knew we were in at half time now. We knew we could play better. We knew we just had to find the half spaces a bit better, tweak a couple of things, and luckily it worked. I think second half we were a lot more dominant. We were the ones pushing, and luckily we were clinical in front of goal as well.
Yeah, we were feeling that our high pressure was not that accurate as normally is, but at the end we have the half time to correct our things, and we did it, and we just make our pressure. We start to play our game again, and we dominate the second half. We are just looking ourselves, trying to win each game that we have, and now we just have to get a bit of the analyze of this game. To go through what the things that we did wrong, the things that we did correct or right, and now we're just looking forward. The next game is that's the key. Stay hungry, stay humble as well, and keep pushing.
Final after final after final, but did this feel like even a level up tonight?
Yeah, look, two top-class teams meet each other. You saw it, both with the football idea, both try to be dominant in the possession phases, and so you have to be constantly on your toes. And then with their proper threat, obviously, if they don't find a space in the center, if you close the center properly, then all of a sudden the ball is in behind your last line. But I have to say, and it would be really interesting, I ask our analysts already, there were 4 or 5 more offside situations which they don't whistle away. It feels like we defend bad in that moment. So it's just because
they're letting it play out.
Play on. We win the ball in the end, and it's like, okay, play on. So I really don't. It's really tricky. So like with the delay, that doesn't help a lot, to be honest.
It was quite an interesting call for you because you had Salah and Firmino ready to come on. Jota's obviously coming off, and then he scores.
Yeah.
Did you waver at all?
No, there's nothing to do with it. It was not about Diogo is bad or whatever. It's about we want to bring the fresh players, and then it's the best moment to score, actually. Do it before you walk off. No, that's all fine, and we want to do it early, and that's what we did.
So where does this leave us? Mid-January, you're 14 points behind Man City. Mid-March, it's down to 1.
Yeah, obviously we had a good period since then, but again, it's what we need, and of course we are 1 point behind, but it's still the same. The only thing we can do, we have to win football games, and then we face City and we face all the others, and weekend FA Cup, and then when hopefully the boys come back, they have important games, some of them with their national teams. Hopefully they come back healthy. Then you have the early kickoff. Thank you very much against Watford. They obviously want to fight for the league. So no game is easy in this incredible league, and that's we have to keep going. And of course, it's better to be 1 point behind the leader than 14 points.
Yeah, psychologically, does it change now? You've been, I think Guardiola said, annoying them. You've been snapping at their heels. You've been chasing them. Now, I know it's still a point, but it almost feels like an even fight between two great teams.
I honestly, I understand. I understand the question somehow, but I couldn't care less. Honestly, whatever people will make of it, you see tonight. The only thing I'm really interested in and concerned about is how can we prepare the next game? How can we get through this? How can we face the problems in the game and find solutions in the game and work and fight through it? And in the moments when we play football and be cheeky and all these kind of things. But it's so difficult with the games. We had, I think now it's game number 13 since we met last time with Arsenal in the semi-final of the Carragher Cup, and for them 7. So we played 6 more games in that spell. It's really tough. Even when you make changes, some of them played all the games, and that's what is really hard. But we want it like this. We don't moan or we don't complain about it. We want it like this, and now let's just keep going, and we'll see.
You've spoken in the past about yourselves and City taking each other to insane levels. I think that's how you described it. Are you proud, at least, when you were so far back, they are going to have to produce, or you were going to have to produce an insane level to win this league?
In 10 years, do you think when somebody tells me whatever we achieved, somebody will say that in the season when we didn't become champion for 1 point, or 11 centimeters, whatever it was in the City game, Do you think somebody tells me I should be proud of that? Probably not. That's how the world is and how people are. We know that we have a special group here together, and we try to squeeze everything out of the situation we are in, and we will see where it will end up. But we will see if I'm proud or whatever at the end of the season. But in a moment, I'm just focused, and that's enough.
Yeah, thank you. Well done. If we start with the performance, how did you think your players did?
From box to box, we were at least at the level or better. But in the boxes, that's where they won the game.
Okay, so didn't defend well enough, didn't take big chances when they came?
They have 2 chances, they scored 2 goals, and we conceded 2 poor goals, and we had the chances, and we didn't score. But for the rest, to play the way we played, toe-to-toe against the best team in the league right now, big credit to the players.
So what was so good between the boxes?
Everything. Our high press, how we regained the ball, where we regained it, how we kept the ball, how we have possession, how we threat them, everything.
It was mentioned actually in our studio at half-time that Liverpool maybe struggled to live with your intensity in the first half. Did you feel that yourself?
It was overall. It was everything that we talked about, how they tried to execute it, the quality of it, the intensity, the mentality, the courage that they play against this team. Unfortunately, the performance doesn't reflect the result.
Given what you're saying, though, about the performance, should this not dent confidence too much?
I hope not, because I think that should make them realize that is another step and the gap is smaller. But the reality is you lose the games. And at that level, when you have and you open the door for them, you concede a goal.
What were the key moments? What were the key moments for you?
First goal, before the first goal, Martinelli puts that, Odegaard puts that one on the nets, and it's a different story.
Yeah. Are these decisive moments, particularly against teams of Liverpool's level?
In the boxes.
Again?
Yeah.
Where does this leave us, Mikel? Where does it leave you in terms of what you want to achieve this season?
With a bad taste, because I want to win every football game, but very proud of the boys and the performance and the connection that you see again with the fans. They stay behind the team all the way through the game.
Yeah, it looks like a very together club at the moment, more so than, I mean, you obviously played here as well. Have you ever seen the club as united as it is now?
No, I never seen an atmosphere like this. That's the reality. Okay. True.
Where do we go with this top 4 battle now?
We go today to sleep well, have something good to eat, recover mentally, be prepared, and get ready, because on Saturday we would have a battle against Aston Villa.
Does that become a bigger game now? So you don't want a bad run to set in?
The next game is the biggest of the season, and for us now, Saturday is the biggest game of the season.
Have your players shown they can deal with what a top 4, a Champions League race requires, do you think?
I think they showed that tonight.
Okay.
It is 50-50, if you like, because of the situation with, the game is at the Etihad. I just think the reason I said at the end of the game, this is the first time I've ever felt Liverpool could win the league at any time this season. I've always said City from before a ball was kicked. That Chelsea game 2-2, when Liverpool then, after that game, found themselves 11 points behind Manchester City. And Graham, to be fair, on that day was the only one in the studio who said Liverpool are still in this race. I thought it was well gone.